Hello everyone. Today I'm going to teach you how to create a bucket on Google Cloud and upload a file and make that bucket public. I'm also going to teach you how to delete a particular bucket as well. So let's dive right in. Today I'm going to show you via the GUI or the graphical user interface. Let's click on the create button on the storage buckets option panel. I need to pick a globally unique name, so I'm going to pick SpongeBob Starfish Banana 103. Continue. I'm going to go with regional storage for the location type, but let me walk you through the four options that we have over here. What you got is a multi-region, which gives you the highest availability across a particular geography. Let's say if you're in the Americas, uh, there's multiple regions that your storage bucket is going to be spread across or replicated. If I click on the dual region, let's say I pick a particular continent, for example, Americas itself. I can select two regions in this particular continent. If I select somewhere in Toronto, the next option is going to be either Montreal or Toronto because from a I think from a local data privacy point of view, I think you're going to have this another region in Canada itself. But if you choose USA, you can choose almost any region on the central, east, or west, or even the south. But preferably, it makes more sense if you're choosing an east location or somewhere on the east coast. You would prefer somewhere the data center location to be somewhere closer to the other region. So South Carolina and North Virginia, or you could go with Oregon and Los Angeles on the West Coast. I'm not going to go with the dual region. I'm going to go with the regional one. But however, before I go to the regional location type, let me give you an overview of zonal location type. So let's say you have a virtual machine and you want the best performance. So for the best performance, you require the lowest lag or the lowest latency. So you can deploy, let's say you have a VM deployed in US Central 1A and you choose to have the storage bucket in the same availability zone. So this is going to give you, let's say, the lowest lag when accessing data. Let's stick with the region. I want to have this in a region, not a particular zone. Let's look at US East 1, South Carolina. Let's move down to the next one. How do I choose to store this? I can go with the default option of autoclass, but I would like to go with setting it as standard. As you can see, this is similar to AWS. You got your hot, you've got your warm or lukewarm, you got your cold and archive. Let's go with standard because I'm going to access data frequently. Let's click on continue. And here you have a checkbox and a radio button. When you look at the checkbox, it's a unique guardrail, so this is checked by default. So you don't want your bucket to be publicly exposed when you create it. So as a result, this exists to to protect you from any sort of human error. From an access control point of view, it goes with the standard uniform IAM access. You can go with the fine-grained one, but this is disabled for this particular uh, category that I've chosen. Coming to the data protection, I can enable soft delete, but for data recovery, but I'm not interested in it. And object versioning, if I were to include multiple versions of the object, I can have max 6 versions. I can delete the non-concurrent versions after so many days, but let's not complicate things. Again, coming to the retention tab, if you choose to archive storage and as well as you want to retain this particular bucket for any sort of compliance reasons, you can click on this particular checkbox. So this, you will not be able to delete this particular data protection, this particular bucket or object. Let's look at data encryption. Again, you've got your Google managed keys, you got your server-side managed keys, or your keys owned by the customer supplied encryption keys. It's quite similar to AWS. Let's click on the equivalent code tab over here. You can see there is a lack of Terraform code over here. This is not a bug, it's a known bug basically. Let me correct that. If you want to have a more programmatic deployment of a storage bucket, you're better off going to the GitHub repository of or the repository of Google Cloud Terraform. Now, let's click on create. I've clicked on the Google managed encryption keys because the keys are owned by Google and it's easier to manage it for the time being. for this demo. Let's click on confirm. The bucket is created. SpongeBob Starfish Banana 103. Let's create a folder. Let's create thumbnail. I've already have it in format. Let me upload something to this particular bucket. I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to upload a particular thumbnail that is AI generated using Nano Banana. Uh, that is Google. So there you have it. As you can see, you've got all the details of this particular object. Now let's click on buckets. Let's go on permissions, or we could go inside and we could go into this, and let's click on permissions. Let's click on edit project access. Wait, I'm wrong over here. Let's go back. I'm going to remove the public access. Let's click on the permissions again. All users, storage object viewer. Ideally this should work. Yep. Okay, let's refresh. Now let's look at this particular. Let me refresh it. There should be a URL that I can share. Let's look at the copy URL. Let's open up that, and there you have it. This bucket is public, and the uploaded image is publicly available. Now let's talk about cleaning up things. You would think that the first thing to do is disable public access, disable soft delete or any sort of delete protection. But in this case, I do not need to do all that because the scope of this video is only limited to that. Let's click on delete. Let's type delete, and the bucket is deleted. Now let's click on refresh. It's still working. So let's see how long does it take. Is it a local cache or? Yep, that's a local cache, I guess. So I've deleted the bucket. There you have it. Thank you very much. A bit of troubleshooting here and there. Please forgive me. Thank you very much. Good day. Bye.